Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Today we have our lovely and important guest, someone that came from an important, very important family in Egypt that left Egypt and fell in love with Israel, trying to fight against terror organization, and is working to make world peace between all religions, especially between Jews and Arabs, and also Jews and Christians. I'm delivering the stage to Mr. Majed Hafie. Good afternoon, my friend.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, my friend. Tell me, please, what is your goal of your visit to Israel right now? You are in a mission and trying to do something very important, right?
So the main purpose that I came to Israel simply because October 7th. Since October 7th and the crime against humanity that took place against the Jewish people, other organizations. In October 7th, there is 11 organizations attacked Israel during this time from Gaza. And as an Egyptian and as a human rights activist, it was very important to me that I stand with Israel and I show the world the reality and the truth about what's happened in Israel.
So
we did a
right
documentary
now
called
in
Dying
the
to Live.
article of
Yeah.
Asaf Gibor that interview you. Over here, you can see your very good connection with the rabbi over here. You are coming to the kibbutzim, to all the villages that had been burned and butchered, and you are trying to deliver a message to the world. Israel is not the enemy. The Jews are not the
Absolutely.
enemy,
Let me
right?
just finish. Yes. Let me
Oh,
just finish.
okay.
So we did a documentary movie. It's called Dying to Live. And in this documentary, we interviewed a lot of the survivors, a lot of the victims and their families. We interviewed as well, which is very important, the Muslim leaders, Jewish leaders, Christian leaders, and even Palestinians. And we showed the world the truth about October 7 and how the rising of the anti-Semitism today, everywhere, especially in Europe, we have to stand against it and we have to support Israel. That's why I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, they had said in the article that you are a member or part of a very famous and important family in Egypt. Is that right?
In my past, I'm part of El Shafei family. That's my last name, which is family of lawyers, judges in the Egyptian Supreme Court. And Hussein El Shafei, a member of the family of Hussein El Shafei, used to be the vice president of Egypt during Gamal Abdel Nasser and Anwar Sadat.
Okay. What can you tell us about the point that everything had started to change in your perspective about Israel? In what year was that, and what made you to take everything and to escape to Israel and to ask for help? When this first relationship, this first romance between you and Israel and the Jewish people started?
In the end, around 18, when I was around 18 years old, I converted from Islam to Christianity, and I started my work in Egypt to bring equal rights to the Christians as it is for the Muslims. In the age of 20, I was arrested by the Egyptian authority. I was tortured very badly, and I received the death penalty. I was able to escape from Egypt on a stolen jet ski from Taba Hilton to Princess Hotel in Israel. And I came here in Israel asking asylum. And it was my first time I saw what's really Israel. You see, the media in Egypt, they all speak against Israel. The education system is against Israel. So when I escaped Israel, I saw the truth about the Jewish people in Israel and the democracy and the humanity as well. So God used Israel to save my life. And after that, I was accepted by Canada as a landed political refugee, and I started my life in Canada, where I started my human rights organization, One Free World International. And part of the mandate of this organization is to fight against anti-Semitism. So when October 7 happened, I wanted to come back to return the favor by speaking the truth about Israel and the Jewish people.
A lot of people from the Arab world think that if they will see a Jew or if they will get to Israel, they will immediately kill them. I mean, there is also another lady that is also started to be in the media in Israel. She's originally from Syria. She's half Lebanese, half Syrian. Her name is Marwan Utman, and she's said that she like relocated to France, and she was living in a Jewish neighborhood in an accident, and she went into a store. She saw a lot of Jewish ultra Orthodox people, and then she started to think about all the things that they told her about Jews, how evil they are. So she escaped to her apartment, locked the door, told that she was in panic, and then she told to herself, is it the right thing to feel? I mean, those people haven't even looked at me. They didn't want to hurt me. They haven't done anything bad to me. They were even nice. And all those stories that they told me the Jews are monsters or anything like it isn't true. And then she started to say, okay, let's speak to them. Let's try to learn about Judaism and about Hebrew and about the Jewish people. And she spoke to them in the neighborhood. And then she also fell in love in Israel. And in her case, now she wanted to convert, and she said it on live television. You think that maybe the lack of conversations between Jews and Arabs are the main problem, because you can hear cases like the also Palestinians, they see the Jews every day, or they come to work over here and they still a lot of them hate us, and we cannot go to their villages because there is a big chance that you are going to be killed or to be hurt, because there are also signs that are saying do not entrance to this village because your life is in danger in every city and village in Judea and Samaria. So what do you think that the real problem is? The lack of meeting and conversation between Arabs and Jews, or there is another problem?
The main problem is the ideology. The main problem is the ideology, the Islamic ideology, and the media and the education system of the Arab countries. That's the main problem, really. Listen, you can kill 100 Yahya Sinwar. You can kill 100 Hassan Nasrallah, but another 100 will come back. You have to go to the head of the snake and to confront it. And the head of the snake here is the ideology. I tell the people that scared that, maybe Israel, I tell them I'm making this interview in Tel Aviv right now. I'm in Tel Aviv in my hotel, and I'm making this interview. I walk in the street, I go get something to eat or something. Nobody stopped. I lived in Israel for 3 years. The opposite. If I need help, if I called a friend, if something happened, they are always there. I have a religious friends, Jews today. They know that today I'm resting in my hotel. They are bringing me food. They said, oh, at 3:30 we'll bring you food before Shabbat. How beautiful that is. Last time I was in their home, I brought sushi and we sit down and we ate together.
Okay, so we are promising that you can take the food if they knock on the door, and then we can continue. Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's in the lobby. But my point here is the friendship. Try yourself. I tell the people that in fear, try. Israelis and the Jewish people is people like any people. Of course, there is bad and, like some people maybe, aggressive or something. Like every nation, Jewish people is not devil and is not angels. They are human beings like me and you. But the culture in Israel, they want peace. And the proof of that, they are the first to ask for peace with Egypt, Jordan, Bahrain, Morocco, Emirat, and almost Saudi Arabia. But the truth here is They want to live in peace. They have the same common dreams that we have. They bleed like us. They breathe like us. They love their children like us. They live there like us and they die like us. We even have the same hummus and shawarma. So the bottom line here is they're human like us, and we can build a lot of beautiful friendship. Don't be scared, but embrace them and love them, so they will love you back.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. And also, as someone who work in the field of research or of Islam, I think that also those extremists from the Muslim Brotherhood, they are also changing the religion, and they are telling lies, because there are also verses in the Quran that are saying very good things about Jews. Like if I take Surah number 10, verse 90, I will try to say it correct. They are saying that Pharaoh, testify about himself, I'm a Muslim because I believe that there is no God beside the God that the sons of Israel do believe in, that had drawn all my soldiers in the sea and did all those miracles. It goes like this: وجاوزنا ببني إسرائيل البحر فأتباعهم فرعون وجنوده بغيا وعدوا حتى أدركك لا آمنت إنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين. المسلم بسبب هذا الأمور. What do you think?
First of all, I'm very fascinated that you read the Quran like you're reading the Tanakh. That's very, very fascinating to me.
Okay.
This is number this is number one. Well, you have to understand the Muslims, they believe that Musa, that he was a prophet from Allah and he came to prepare the way for Muhammad. And the Jews during the old time, was just simply Jews to become Muslims. And after that, eventually, Rasul, the prophet of the Christians, of course, they call him prophet, Jesus.
Isa.
And after that, Muhammad, which is the final prophet, that all of this came to prepare the way for Muslims and Islam. But also in the Quran, they would call the Jews pigs and monkeys, with my all due respect, but this is also the truth. Listen, we don't want to be politically correct. We want to be honest
Yeah, of
about
course.
our reporting. The truth here is they're also calling you pigs and monkeys in the Quran. And I will tell you why this is very dangerous. Because the first step of a genocide is dehumanize you, to make you feel like you're not a human being. The same thing Hitler used to do. He used to call Jewish viruses and cockroaches, because it was easier for them to kill you. So to call you pigs and monkeys is actually a very serious matter. But also within the final prophecy of Islam, that in the end of the day, every Jew have to be killed to the limit that the rocks and the trees will speak to the Muslims. Till the Muslim, there is a Jew behind me, come kill them, come kill them. This is a very serious. This is a very serious. And that's mean that even if you give them all Israel, listen to this, very important, the most important thing in this broadcast. Even if you give them Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and Haifa, and you give them all Israel from the river to the sea, they still will kill you. They will still be your enemy. Trust me on this one. It's not a matter of the land, it's a matter of ideology and their belief.
But I mean, the funny thing is, in the Quran, if you take a surah number, it's number 5, I guess, verse 72, 73, they are saying that those who say that the son of Maria Magdalena, Jesus, they call him Isa, um, they are saying that those people that are saying that he is God, like Isa, that Jesus is God, they say that those people have a place in hellfire, and they also should be burned, and they don't have a place in heaven. And they take another verse in Surah number 3, verse 181, and they are saying to the Jews that because they were against Isa or Jesus, that they should be burned. So this very weird thing that they use one verse to say that because Jews don't believe in Jesus Christ, they should be burned. And on other verse, they are saying that Christians should be burned because they believe in Jesus. So it's not even a logic in a theological aspect how the Quran interpret religion as a Islamic religion. No?
No, because they are talking about the Christians that remain Christians after their prophet Muhammad came. So
Okay.
basically, they believe that the Jews during Moshe, have to, once Isa came, once Jesus came, they should convert to Christian. And once the Christians, after Muhammad came, they should convert to Islam. So they are talking here about two different kind of Christians, before Muhammad and after Muhammad. It's also within the Quran and Islam that if you don't believe in Allah and His Messenger Muhammad, you are considered an infidel kafir. So it's very important to understand that their message, the final message, that all of us, Jews, Christians, Hindu, Buddha, whatever it is, should be converting to Islam or be killed.
There is in Surah number 9, verse 29, and that's the last surah that we will speak about today, are saying, قاتلوا الذين لا يؤمنون بالله ولا باليوم الآخر ولا يحرمون ما حرم الله ورسوله. So it means that it says in a command, kill, like a Muslim should kill everyone that is not believing in God, like an atheist or a secular, everyone that is not believing the resurrection according to Islam, not to his religion, and everyone that haven't followed what the Rasul, the messenger, Muhammad had delivered to his people. Like he haven't banned like on himself to drink wine or to do this or that according to Islam, he also should be killed. So each and one of us should be killed according to Islam. And this verse is
You're just proving my point. You're just proving my point. That's exactly what I just said. Yeah.
Okay, so let's leave the Quran issue. Let's speak about the Muslim Brotherhood, because you see there are a lot of good and brave people like you, people, maybe even Muslims that want peace, and they don't really follow those things. And the Muslim Brotherhood is maybe the biggest problem in order to have a better relationship between Sunni Muslims and Jews and even Christian all around the world. So my question is, what is the solution for the Muslim Brotherhood in the Middle East? What is maybe the solution for the Muslim Brotherhood, how to deal with them, how to maybe destroy this organization even in Egypt? Because it seems that the problem starts with the state that is helping for the existence of the Al-Azhar University and mosque. The ideology is coming from over there, no?
So what's your question about the Muslim Brotherhood?
How can we dismantle this organization totally? Because in my opinion, they are the most problematic figure that is preventing better relationships between Jews and Arabs, and also between Muslims and Christians.
Listen, you can call them whatever you want to call them. Like Muslim Brotherhood was the first ones, Hassan al-Banna, the founder of the Muslim Brotherhood, was the first one that put the doctrine of political Islam. And out of his education came Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood and Al-Qaeda and even ISIS. and many, many other organizations. But in the end of the day, let's be honest, doesn't matter what their names. Boko Haram in Nigeria, or Abu Sayyaf group in Philippines, or Hezbollah in Lebanon, or Hamas in Gaza, or even Fatah in the West Bank, or Al Qaeda or ISIS in Syria and Iraq. Doesn't is that they're all the same ideology. The main thing that we have to understand that this ideology is not hard to defeat. We are making it look like impossible. No, it's not impossible. It's very hard. It's not hard to defeat. We start by the education, and all the world that presenting aid, they have to present the aid connected to the improvement of the human right and the education system of these countries. We are giving money away without accountability. Example, you, Israel, giving money to Gaza, to Hamas, before October 7 without accountability. All the money that was channeled through Qatar was channeling through Israel without you think you're giving money to them thinking that will make them. No, Hamas was stealing from their own people, using the materials to build tunnels underground and building weapons against you. If I'm giving you $1 million shekel to build a school, I want to see the school. If I'm giving you $1 million shekel in order for you to build hospital, I want to see the hospital. I want to see the medical equipment. There is zero accountability. And that's exactly part of the problem. All the international aid from all around the world, from America, from Europe, all the money that's been channeled to the Palestinian Authority and through Israel, or Gaza through Israel, have to have an accountability and have to be connected to the improvement of their education for children, because that's where you really need to start, and to the improvement of the human rights record. Sadly, we are giving money to the terrorists and we are ignoring the need for accountability.
Yeah, but the thing is that during those 5 or 6 years that our prime minister and government delivered $30 million every month, and also they gave the materials to them as an humanitarian aid. All of this went to the tunnels to beat the terrorist tunnels, to supply them eventually an ability to attack us and to make 7 October. But my question in this subject is to understand what could we do different, because I'm also resisting this humanitarian aid that eventually goes to Hamas. But if we won't do it, people will say that the whole world will try to fight against us in end of days war, you call it the Gog Magog in Hebrew, Armageddon, or maybe Yom El Qiyam, So how can we solve this problem? Because if we won't do it, they say that the whole world will want to maybe conquer us. That's why Jews are afraid.
Gideon, that's why I'm not saying stop the aid. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, you have to make it connected to the improvement of the human right and the education system. Example, look at Emirat. We have a peace with Emirat, right?
Right.
Look how Emirat changed the education system and their own. But you go through the education system, they don't speak about Israel in a bad way. They don't speak about killed Jews and so on and so forth. And look, it's very nice there. Like Jewish people go there and there is a very active peace. Of course, it's not perfect. You heard about the rabbi that was just targeted and killed in Dubai recently.
Yeah, but it was Iranians. No, it was in an Iranian mission, right?
We don't know. We don't know. Like we're still in the interrogation part.
Okay.
But the truth here is, look at how the peace with Emirat is very active, very prosper, on many levels, because their education system is different. What I'm trying to say, not stop the aid. I don't think even as a Jewish soul, you should ever stop aid to anybody, because that's not the Jewish heart. But the very important thing that we connected this aid and these funds to accountability system,
I
the
also agree.
condition, yeah,
Actually,
a
okay.
condition that they have to meet in an order to receive these funds.
Actually, yesterday I had interview some guy that his name is Mordechai Kahana, and he's the one that his mission is to deliver the aid from Israel to Gaza in a mission that the United States Department had sent them to do. And he told me that he has solution how to take accountability on this aid in a way that it won't be delivered to Hamas. He told me, I'm trying to speak with the Israeli authorities, with the government, and they don't listen. But I want to also ask you, because we have like 7 minutes, and of course we will make another chapters, that you are saying over here that the problem starts with education. That's why things are much more better for Jews and Israelis that go to the Emirates and to the Gulf region. So you are saying that this thing can happen also in Egypt, can happen in Jordan, can happen in the Palestinian Authority, that they are also educate them to be terrorists, and they are saying that they are pragmatic and even secular. So, do you have, like, as an Egyptian and someone that's been on both sides, on both sides, also in Israel, also in Egypt, you have another solution or another suggestion or another way that we can learn and imply to solve those problems?
I think it's very important that also not just the education in the schools, but also the education online. Because today the education online, also the understanding of that today people can get. You saw in the United States, in New Orleans, the attack on the New Year. There was an officer. He was a Muslim guy. Was an officer in the army. He even fought in Afghanistan, and he was educated online to be ISIS. And after that, he committed his crime by getting into the car and killing, tens of people. You can see that also the situation right now online is very important, that the social media to be monitored is very important, that any extreme ideas have any extreme violent ideas have to be stopped from being promoted in our social media and online is extremely important. But as you said, the communication as well is very important. That's how we started this conversation. And we should communicate, we should visit, we should sit down together. Because in the end of the day, I believe that both Arabs and Israelis, they have the same dreams. They have the same visions in life. And in the same day, we are cousins after all. So
Yes.
I think we came from the same family. And how to get to this point, it will take a lot of effort and a long time, but there is a hope, and there will always be hope.
Do you think that there is also an hope for peace between Israelis and Lebanese if we will be able to dismantle Hezbollah totally, or because I try to speak with,
100%.
okay,
100%. Lebanese people love Israel. I had a meeting with many Lebanese leaders and many Lebanese people, and they don't mind Israel. I think their main fear is actually Iran, that trying to destroy their country. Their main fear. Remember, Lebanon was the first and the only completely Christian country in the Middle East, and the Sunni and the Shia did not let them enjoy it. And now they divided pieces, like the prime minister have to be Sunni, the head of the parliament have to be Shia, the president have to be Christian. It's divided at the Faqih al-Taif, 1988, the Taif agreement. So they divided Lebanon, but deep down the Lebanese people, they have no problem with Israel. And that's why the Lebanese army never attacked Israel. It was only Hezbollah, the war only been Israel and Hezbollah, not the Lebanese army. So yes, there is a big chance of hope if we get rid of Hezbollah, that actually threatening the authority in Lebanon and threatening Lebanon. Hezbollah, listen, me and you, we don't have a problem with the Palestinian as a people. We don't have a problem with the Lebanese as a people. We don't have a problem with the Iranians as a people. We don't even have a problem with the Yemenis as a people. How many Jewish Yemenis do you have in
They're very similar also.
Yeah. We have a problem with the Houthis, with Hezbollah, with Hamas and jihadis. We have a problem with the Iranian regime, not the people. The people is people. It's like me and you right now. You know, here I am. I'm an Egyptian, you're Israeli, and we're sitting down. I'm telling you Shabbat Shalom, Akhi. You're telling me Shabbat Shalom. Look how beautiful that is. Yeah.
But I mean, there are also all those laws that are banning them from speaking to us. Like now they have a law in Iraq that if someone from Iraq, even secular guy, wants to speak with Israeli, they immediately block them. Also, I think there is a law like this in Saudi Arabia. This guy, Muhammad El Husseini, that left the country from Lebanon, it was the former advisor of Hassan Nasrallah. I tried to speak to him. They told me that the Saudi law bans them from speaking to Israelis. This law also in Iraq and other countries.
We have a long road for peace. Get rid of Hezbollah, and I promise you, Lebanon will be the next country that will make a peace with you.
I really hope so. Okay, we have like 2 minutes. I want to ask you if you have like a word for the end of the conversation, a message you want to deliver to us, to the Jewish people or to the Arab world.
My message to the Jewish people and to the Arab world, to the Jewish people, to the Arab world, number one, you have a chance for peace, enough blood, enough hatred. We are better people than that. We are people of hospitality, kindness, and we always honor our guest, and we always honor the people, our neighbor, and we always honor our family, our cousins. This is the time that we extend the hand of peace and love and end this hatred. And I tell the Jewish people, remember, after every night there is new morning coming, new day. After every persecution there is victory. And under every defeat there is victory. I tell them they can kill the believers, but they cannot kill the belief of our hearts. They can kill the dreamer, but nobody can kill the dream. Amn Israel Chai, not because just our ability as a human, but because God is always with us. God bless you and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we have another conversation next week. Thank you very much, Pastor.
Absolutely.